what is the market like right now? Okay, so it's a little bonkers out there right now. We got a lot of people wondering what's going on, not sure where to go. As a matter of fact, I was talking with an owner the other day who's considering selling. Okay.
Love those people.
We love them. We absolutely love them. So we're talking, going through the house, looking at some of the updates that she's made since owning it and kind of getting a feel for what the buyers are going to think when they list it and see this. And she says to me, I'm worried about selling now because if the prices go up, I'm worried I'm going to lose some money.
A gamble we take, right?
Well, is it a gamble? It's hard to tell right now because what I like to tell folks in that position is you got to weigh it out. Weigh out how high is the up, right?
Yeah.
How up is the upside versus how down
Can
is
the
the downside
downside be?
And it can be down.
Yeah.
It can be down. Let's take a look at it real quick. The downside, all right? Let's say you don't sell. Let's say you hang on to the property. Okay, cool. I get that. Makes sense. But what if you hang on to it and the market starts dropping? And now you're carrying a depreciating asset. That can be a problem, all right? Not a huge problem, but a problem. But now let's add on to that. What if you're also not covering month to month on your rent? Your rent isn't exceeding your cost to own. So now your checkbook's taking a hit every month and you're carrying a depreciating asset.
Two big problems.
That's a problem. That's a problem. So let's say a step further. You decide, you know what? I don't like losing my checkbook's getting a little too skinny. I don't like the amount of money I'm losing on my property. I'm going to sell it. And you go to sell it. But now the buyers are running away from you and you're competing with other people that are trying to sell before the market gives out more too. It gets harder, right? So the downside's out there. Let's take a step further. It's going down. You sell. You finally get somebody to buy it, but it's not worth the money you're bringing in. Isn't more than what you owe. You're upside down. So now you got to bring money to closing to sell it, or you got to decide to hang on to it and lose money every month until the market comes back.
That's my worst fear.
That's the downside can get pretty low, right? I don't know if it'll be that, but it can be that. And that's what happened back in the day when people got a little bit, I remember, this is different. This will never happen. This, and this. And then one day we woke up, it was like, and people were scurrying and there was nowhere to go. Now, I'm not saying it's going to happen here either, but let's look at the upside. Let's say you do sell. And you take out all that money, right? You protect your equity. That's a win. That's a win. That's up. And let's say prices go down and you're liquid now and you can buy on the down. It's way more fun buying on the down than it is selling on the down.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
Right? So that's a win. And let's just say the market doesn't go down. It stays flat. Or maybe it even goes up a little bit. Well, you can still buy. You can still buy. And basically you cashed out, you secured your equity, and now you're going to buy back in. Yeah, you're sold high and you're buying high, but you're just going to ride it up anyway, as if you didn't sell. You're still going to buy it, or you're still going to ride it up and you'll still be fine.
Yeah.
That's a win. Ask me about, what about capital gains?
What about capital gains?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. So here's the thing on capital gains, right? Yeah, you may not do a 1031 exchange. You might get hit with that capital gain. Whatever. Okay. That's the thing. I prefer you not maybe do a 1031. However, it's not the end of the world because you can always buy this next property and do a couple things. Maybe you do a cost segregation to mitigate the cost of the lost 1031 savings, right? Yeah. Maybe even get more savings doing a cost seg. If you don't know what a cost segregation is, talk to your accountant or talk to an accountant that does. Other things you can do. There's a Delaware Statutory Trust, DST.
Yeah.
We talked about them on the pod last week.
Yeah, I was just going to say, we have a good pod about all this stuff as well.
Yeah. So you can look into that. So the taxes, you don't want to overpay, no doubt. As a matter of fact, if you pay zero and have it be legal, I'm all for that. So there are ways to get out of that. So the upside is still pretty high up and the downside can be crushing. So be careful. That's where the market is right now. And as always, what do we say, Katie?
Best time to sell is now. Best time to buy is now. Unless you're in it for the long run, then
And what is the long run?
5 years or more.
5 years or more. So if you're going to own a property for 5 years or less, maybe sell next year, maybe the year after, maybe in the fall, sell today. Mitigate the risk that is out there. We know that the market is today. We know the demand today. We know the price of money today. We know the market today. In 2 years, not so much. 5 years, it gets really murky. So be careful. 5 years, longer, 10 years, 20, whatevs.
Hang in there.
You'll be fine.